Hey, what's up? Welcome to the midweek update as promised. Okay, I'm gonna make this short and simple. Our first line of action is reviewing what I said last week. Last week, our target was to close above this high, was to close the candle through this high, then longing a rebalance below. And it went exactly as expected. Since we had our reversal of flows here, we had a reversal here, then another confirmation that we closed above this high. It made sense to target this high, this liquidity gap here, just because that's how it works. That's how I do my price action. Then, once it closed above this level that we had last Friday, the next thing we did was to long the rebalance below. Okay, longing the rebalance below always goes the same for me. What do I mean by this? I always use the zero point 0.5 of the gap. In this case, this should be it. Okay, it perfectly hit the 0.5. Then through that, we targeted the next LG in line, in place. Okay. Uh, this move being too fast, I think. This is too large, but yeah, it didn't matter since the flow is still on the upside. Okay. Okay. So that trade was a success. I did I did I I did post this trade on the servers. Yeah, I did post this trade on the server, and it was a free 4 hour trade. 4.93 hour trade. Exact TP hit. So, with that being said, what should be our next plan? Okay, next plan should be um, next plan should be closing through this LG and not closing through this LG. Okay. Okay. I okay, not closing through this LG and closing through this LG. Okay. Midweek plan was to watch price action here. Okay, if we do close above this, our next target should be this. Okay, same plan. Close above this and long a rebalance below, then target upside. Okay, simple as that. But if we close below this LG, if we close below this LG, then I think uh this LG should be next in line, but this should hold. This EQ should hold too. Should show some resistance, and you can bid this whole thing. You can bid this whole thing here. Okay, since the flow is still on the upside. But just to be safe, you know, longing, no longs yet here, no longs in the middle. We should first reclaim this area, close above it, then long a rebalance below, then target this one. Okay, that's it for H4 direction. But as long as uh, this LG holds, even if we close through here, if this LG holds, we can see more upside, and just target this level again and again. Okay. Okay. I think I mentioned this somewhere in another Discord group that we hold this level, we can effectively target this high again. But that's somewhat risky. And if you and I personally didn't put my position in that. I personally didn't put myself in that position again, just because a trade has been completed anyway, and there's no reason to rush in another trade. So we are between two liquidity gaps again. Okay. And what should be next on our list? That's basically it for Bitcoin. Yeah. So we see here that it's 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 pumping. The price is pumping 2% from this EQ. This EQ is just the EQ of this liquidity gap right here. Well, uh, these are one of the riskier trades. That's why I didn't take it. Yeah, I already said that. So it's okay not to be in the trade. Okay, observe this in the next hours of the day, since I think FOMC, I think, is coming up, or CPI. I don't really know. I just hear it from other people that it causes volatility, and it does cause volatility, you know. But but I think those volatilities are just catalysts for the original plan. Like, if we do have a plan, those type of news just makes our plan even faster. Like, there's no change of plan. It just speeds it up. Okay. But if you don't know how to trade it, or not used to extreme volatility, you can just stay sidelined. There's no reason to rush a trade. Then, okay, I think that's it for Bitcoin. That's it for Bitcoin. I didn't post any alts publicly, but I did post some on some servers, like this one, which was the same exact trade as Bitcoin. See how it plays out on every asset, every time frame. I mean every asset on H4. Like, if I have a bullish direction on Bitcoin on the H4, why would I be bearish on the H4 on altcoins? It's extremely correlated with each other. That's why I've in when trading altcoins, I just use the direction of Bitcoin and do the exact same thing on them, which doesn't really make any sense, because let's just say that it increases risk further. But if I have a correct risk model, let's say on BTC, since our main asset to trade is Bitcoin on H4, I should put my largest risk here, since this is where we base our trades, right? So Bitcoin being the asset that we base our trades, we should put our largest risk on Bitcoin. So H4 BTC we should put 0.5% risk. For example, okay, H4 BTC we have 0.5% risk. Okay, then we have two different altcoins to trade. We have two different altcoins to trade. We have two different altcoins to trade. Then those two different altcoins to trade should effectively match the risk of Bitcoin. Okay, since as you already know from trading altcoins, they do seem to have different volatilities and wicks. Like some have larger wicks than others, and some assets you have a higher probability that you get stopped out on that trade just because they have higher volatility than others. So if you have two H4 alts, second H4 alt, then in order to match, in order to stay safe from being stopped out, okay, what I tend to do is divide how many alts I have with the risk of BTC. So this one we have two alts, so zero point 0.5 divided by 2 is what? 0.25% each. In order to match Bitcoin. Okay. If Bitcoin is winning, and the other alt uh this first alt loses, okay, that's an L, then this one wins, and this one loses, and of course H4 BTC wins. We are still in let's say in total wins, right? So since H4 BTC we completed the trade with 4.23 R, 0.5 times 0.23, that's at least 2%. So we are already up 2% here. Then let's say we win this second alt trade with 4.89 R or 5 R. Okay, 0.25 times 5 is what? 1.25. So that effectively brings us at 3.95%. Okay. Then what if we lose this 0.25? Then that draws us down to 3%. And all in all, we are still in effect in what? In gains, okay? In larger gains. Okay. This is how I model risk when uh trading altcoins. Okay? But you may ask, uh why not just increase the risk for Bitcoin? Well, we could do that. We could just increase the risk for Bitcoin to 1%. And if we win, we have 4.23% in return. Yeah, we could definitely do that, but the scenario I gave was if you want to trade the altcoins. Okay? If you want to trade the volatility of altcoins. But otherwise, just increase the risk when trading Bitcoin. It's effectively the same, and you will win more with it. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it on on a tip on how I model risk when trading altcoins. So all in all, this is I'm in wins, okay? I didn't win every single trade, and this one didn't even hit. I don't win every single trade. Wait, this one hit 3.19. Uh, did this win? No, I got stopped out, break even here on this trade, just because I've been a pussy. I got shaken out here. Yeah, that was my fault. Okay. This trade isn't official. I didn't give out this trade. I didn't take this. Okay. For link, stopped out. Okay. Stopped out for link. Atom, I don't have a trade for Atom. BNB, I don't have one. Okay, I have. Yeah, I do have a trade. For Ethereum, I don't have a trade for Ethereum. Okay. Out of all the stuff I gave, oh, FTM was stopped out as well. Yeah, which was unfortunate. So I did have 5 altcoins to trade. Okay, let's put the model in action. I did have 5 altcoins to trade. So I have BTC H4 for 0.5% risk. So I have 5 altcoins. Okay. I got stopped out here, so that's okay. I have what did I say earlier? 4.23. So that's 2%, okay? So that's 2% on Bitcoin. I got stopped out here. That's 0.1% minus 0.1%. So that puts me at 1.9%. 1.9%. Then again, I got stopped out on Link. That's another 0.1%. So now I'm down to 1.8%. And for FTM, is this the trade? That's the trade I put. Okay. So for near, I got out break even. So 0.1 is safe. Didn't get harmed anyway. Then for AAV, we have effectively got rid of the drawdowns from the other trades, right? So if we close right here, we already have what 0.284, and since our drawdown was 0.2%, then we have, let's say I TP'd right here at 2.95 R. So that gives me 0.295, 95%. The drawdown 0.2% minus this one. Now I win like 0.095%, which gives me an overall win. If I TP here, okay, 0.095 plus 1.8% is 1.895%. That's the growth on our Bitcoin that's the growth on the portfolio. So that's the growth on the portfolio. 1.895 on a single trade on 5 different altcoins. Okay, that's how I model risk. But I should have just put more risk in the Bitcoin trade, since alts are just so dumb to trade. these are literally, I hate trading alts. I don't even know why I do them. I should just stick to Bitcoin. But in order to reduce risk, and if you want to trade altcoins, that's how it should be, in my opinion. Okay, but if you just decide to just trade Bitcoin and just increase the risk on Bitcoin, okay, it's effectively the same, and you could win more with just trading Bitcoin. And if you want to match the risk on Bitcoin on alts, that just puts you into more risk. Personally, my risk is just 1% max. That's why I matched 0.5% with 0.5%. But if you decide to to match the risk with Bitcoin, then that puts you at, with Bitcoin and 5 alts, that's 3% total risk on your portfolio. And if all things went sideways, went on the other direction, you would lose 3% of your portfolio, just because you decided to risk a lot with altcoins. Okay, so you can use that risk model if you want, or if you don't, I don't really care or so. Okay, so that's it for the midweek update. I'll see you on Friday, if we do have an update on Friday, or if the market gets interesting in between. Okay, I'll see you guys, and good luck on your trading. And of course, you're welcome with this trade. If you took it, then congratulations, you just broke the 4.23R. If you didn't, then there's always next time. And don't question the trades.